Two Denver Broncos players have been tabbed as boom or bust. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate, part of the Sports Syndicate family of channels. On this channel, we bring you informed and in-depth analysis of our Denver Broncos. I am your host, Gage Madrid. Before we jump in, you know the drill. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the notification bell. It's the easiest way that you can help support the channel by pushing this content out to fellow members of Broncos country. And while you're at it, be sure to check out my main channel, Sparkin over Broncos, for even more Denver Broncos coverage. This season, the Denver Broncos have several players that enter the year with a boom or bust label. These guys have a chance to either be massive contributors or they could bomb their way out of seeing playing time altogether. Although a couple of players will likely come to mind amongst Broncos country, such as Bradley Chubb and Jerry Jeudy, Mike Tanier of Football Outsiders named center Lloyd Cushenberry and defensive lineman DJ Jones to his 2022 All Boom or Bust team. Cushenberry being on this list doesn't really come as a surprise. His play hasn't really lived up to expectations since he was selected in the third round of the 2020 draft out of LSU. Coming out of college, he was regarded as one of the top center prospects in his draft class. Despite his early struggles, especially in pass protection, Cushenberry did show some strides in the latter half of the 2021 season. He has also never missed a snap in his entire NFL career, and as we all know, the greatest ability is availability. In his exercise, Tanier named the best and worst case scenario for each player on his list. For Cushenberry's best case scenario, Tanier said, "Cushenberry was a disaster as a rookie in 2020, but looked much better as the Broncos started to quietly fade away late in 2021. If he keeps making progress, he joins Garrett Bowles and Dalton Risner on the best offensive line Russell Wilson has seen since the days of Max Unger and Russell Okung in Seattle." As far as worst case scenario for Lloyd Cushenberry goes, Tanier said, "Cushenberry peaks at good enough to get by, and veteran challenger Graham Glasgow is no better. We all know what Wilson running behind shaky protection looks like, and while it's much better than what Broncos fans have gotten used to, it's not as good as the team is banking upon. Should Cushenberry fail to improve, the team has several other options at the center position. Graham Glasgow does have some experience at center from his time with the Detroit Lions, and Quinn Miners was the team's backup center last year, although he is likely to start at right guard this season." Additionally, in April, the team drafted Luke Wattenberg out of the University of Washington in the 5th round to play center. Hopefully, Cushenberry can continue to make those strides, because if he can't, the team will not hesitate to turn elsewhere at the center position. Although it doesn't come as a surprise for Lloyd Cushenberry to appear on this list, putting DJ Jones on there is a bit of a curveball in my opinion. Jones, of course, was signed by the Broncos in free agency from the San Francisco 49ers. He inked a 3-year, $30 million deal with the team. Here's Tanier's best case scenario for Jones. Jones was quietly effective as a run defender and pass rusher for the 49ers in 2021. He'll step right in to replace Shelby Harris this season for a Broncos defense that's every bit as good as its reputation. Although Jones isn't exactly going to replace Shelby Harris, as they play in different spots on the defensive line, he should be able to help fill the void left by Shelby in terms of production. Although run defense has been Jones's calling card throughout his career, his pass rushing skills have often been underrated. He earned a very solid 66.6 Pro Football Focus pass rush grade last season. Tanier's worst case scenario is that Jones will be nothing more than a role player for the team this upcoming season. Jones turns out to be a good, not great 30-snap wave defender for a defense that lives down to its below-average 2021 DVOA ranking instead of its third-place finish in points allowed in 2021 because the Broncos' offense no longer plays tortoise ball against opponents who know that any lead is safe. Based on what we have seen from DJ Jones the past couple of seasons with San Francisco, I really do not believe that this will be the case, barring of course the stuff that is widely out of his control such as poor coaching and injury. If those two things are kept at bay, DJ Jones should be a formidable presence on the Broncos defensive line. I'm curious, Broncos country, who is your biggest boom or bust player for the Broncos this upcoming season? Drop those comments down below, I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss when we upload. And while you're at it, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Gage Madrid NFL for even more Denver Broncos coverage. And for now, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out and let's ride.